The Auslander. Today's adventure will be at the Vatican Museum. The Vatican is located in Rome. It is considered a country and is actually the smallest country in the world. They have a total population of 600 people. They have their own laws and rules. They have a unique governing body, and they even have their own license plates, but they still use the euro. Here is the tour I booked, the Vatican and the Sistine Chapel. I did not want this tour. I wanted this tour instead, which is the Vatican, the Sistine Chapel, and St. Peter's Basilica, but that one was sold out and I was somewhat disappointed. I'm going to be upfront, the tour was a shit show, and it wasn't the guide's fault. The operations were disorganized, and more importantly, to be truthful, the Vatican can't hold all of us tourists. It's just too much people in one space.
You can't do anything.
You have to give credit to our tour guide. He had a heart of a champion. He handled it like a professional. He showed true character in all that chaos.
It's just like water.
The tour encompassed this area of the Vatican. The first hallway is the Roman sculptures. Then we entered the rotundas. I thought this was interesting. This was the bathtub of the Emperor Nero. Imagine taking a bath in there and being washed by the Vestal Virgins. Anyway, we'll get into that in the next video on the Roman Forum. I started to get overwhelmed at this point with just the amount of stuff in this museum. My GoPro was going left and right and left again. Now we're heading towards Raphael's room and the Sistine Chapel. Before we go in, Raphael was a Renaissance man. He was the protege under Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo. Tragically, he died when he was 37 of a fever. There are 4 rooms. On a side note, these rooms were the Pope's apartments, which is crazy to think about. Here's the first room, painted by Raphael's students. Raphael's paintings are featured in the second and third rooms. This is the second room, but the third room is where Raphael's masterpiece is located. There it is, your bad boy, the School of Athens, considered one of the finest art pieces in the world. I'm not an art person, but let's take a look at this. It's called the School of Athens because you have the greatest minds in Greek history in one place. There is so much going on in this painting that it gets overwhelming, but let's point out the basics. At the center of the painting is Plato and Aristotle. They seem to have some kind of debate going on, I assume about philosophy. To the left is Socrates, who is obviously running a Socratic seminar. Adjacent to the School of Athens is the Disputation of the Holy Sacrament. I won't really go into that though, sorry. Now, what you've been waiting for, the Sistine Chapel, Michelangelo's masterpiece. Michelangelo, well, he was a fucking asshole. He didn't get along with anyone. He was extremely narcissistic and a first-rate bastard. His artwork is The Last Judgment and probably goes down in history as one of the top 5 paintings ever created. Let's take a look at it, shall we? Alright, you got God in the middle and Mary to his right. Since this painting is called The Last Judgment, people are either going to heaven or hell. Here's a picture of the people going to hell. One interesting observation is the muscles these people have in the painting. Look at the girl, she has like 20-inch biceps. Michelangelo had this thing about muscles. I think he thought that if you are physically big, you must be superior in some way. To exit this place was more artwork and corridors. It took like 20 minutes to get out. Well, that's it. Thank you for watching my video on the Vatican Museum. And as the Italians say, ciao!